city in the summer is known for its energy, events, and media buzz. This past week, it became the backdrop for an unexpected coincidence. Both Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were present in the city at the same time. Once regarded as one of Hollywood's most iconic couples, the two appeared in separate, unrelated settings. Pitt at the red carpet premiere of his new film F1, and Jolie reportedly shopping for groceries with one of their children. Although there was no direct encounter, the timing and proximity have sparked renewed interest in the dynamics of their post-divorce relationship. When Brad Pitt strode down the red carpet at the premiere of F1, hand in hand with the new woman in his life, Ines de Ramon, just a few blocks away, Angelina Jolie appeared quietly, alone, shopping for daily essentials for her children at a local supermarket. Two lives that seemed to have firmly diverged intersected once more, not with fanfare, but with quiet intensity. Brad Pitt is in a season of career rebirth. His new film project, F1, marks a return for a star once buried under a storm of personal controversy, heavy accusations, and public disappointment. But this time, as he stepped out of the Whitby Hotel in the heart of Manhattan, beside him the youthful, discreet, and gentle Ines de Ramon, there was a light in his eyes that many noticed but could not quite name. It was relief. The kind of light that belongs to someone who had once lost everything, and then painstakingly and without spectacle, began piecing it all back together. Meanwhile, in another corner of New York, Angelina Jolie, his former wife, with whom he had shared both towering highs and soul-crushing lows, was also present. No red carpet, no flashing cameras, just her and a few bags of groceries, quietly moving through a rush of strangers. Many asked, why this week? Why New York? There are hundreds of plausible reasons why someone like Jolie would be in the city at this time. But there are thousands more for why some might question it. Their marriage was once admired across the globe, then scrutinized as it unraveled, piece by piece, like a sandcastle slowly blown away by the wind. They separated in 2016 and finalized their divorce in 2023, after nearly 7 years of relentless legal wrangling. What lay between them was more than a broken love. It was 6 children, millions in assets, and, notably, Chateau Miraval, a winery once seen as the symbol of their shared legacy. Brad once said that Chateau Miraval was not an asset he wanted to keep for himself. It was meant for the children, an inheritance. And yet, in a controversial move, Angelina sold her stake in the winery to a Russian businessman without prior notice. To some, it was a strategic business decision, her legal right. But to Brad, it felt like a betrayal, not for the money, but for the message it sent. We are done, completely. Ines de Ramon is not a household name, not an actress, not someone who courts the spotlight. She is a jewelry designer, educated, private, and, according to sources, someone who does not bring drama. While Angelina once captivated the media with sharp wit, boldness, and the ability to command any interview, Ines chooses silence as her strength. At the F1 premiere, Ines wore a simple yet elegant white ensemble, its neckline subtly open, the skirt adorned with delicate feathers, just enough to draw the eye, never enough to outshine the man beside her. There was no need for public displays of affection or exaggerated gestures. The way Brad looked at her, and the calm in his step, told the world he had found a new kind of balance. Angelina did not speak. She did not respond to claims that she was obsessed with her ex-husband. She did not correct the press when they speculated about the uncanny timing of her presence in the same city as Brad's film premiere. Yet, it was this very silence that sparked more conversations. Some outlets even questioned whether she had orchestrated this unspoken encounter to remind Brad or the public that she was still there, still part of the story, that perhaps the final chapter had yet to be written. A source close to Jolie once revealed that she is tired of being cast as the one who always tries to undermine Brad. On the other hand, insiders from the Fight Club actors camp suggest every time Brad has something positive, be it a movie, an award, a new milestone, stories from her side emerge, like a ghost that refuses to rest. Pax, Maddox, Zahara, Shiloh, Vivienne, and Knox, the couple's only son. These 6 names are not merely the sweet fruit of a celebrity union. They are the heart of a quiet, yet enduring battle. Brad has been accused of growing distant from Maddox and Pax, particularly after the older sons publicly aligned with their mother during sensitive times. However, a source from Brad's side recently denied rumors that he wished to cut ties with his sons. Brad never wanted that, the source said. If something broke the bond, it was not him. The truth, perhaps, is hard to define. But one thing is undeniable. Those children have seen too much. From the bright lights of Hollywood's most famous family to tense courtroom hearings, and the icy silence between two people who once called each other husband and wife. Knox, the most private of them all, has now found himself at the center of whispers about a fractured connection between his parents. And yet, what moves fans the most is the image of Jolie still personally shopping for groceries, tending to each meal for her kids, a portrait that speaks louder than any quote. On the red carpet, Brad gave a brief interview and shared something he said he has learned over more than 60 years of life and nearly 4 decades in the industry. You need to learn from your mistakes. Surround yourself with people who love you, friends, family. That's when things start to make sense. Not an apology, not a victory speech, just a man looking back with humility. Perhaps this is the best version of Brad Pitt the world has ever seen. Not the golden boy of Hollywood. Not one half of Brangelina, but simply a man trying to live with grace after learning what it means to fall apart. Lives can change. People may walk different paths, but some bonds, though no longer named, remain like small scars in the memory. This silent encounter in New York last week was not an ending. It was a new chapter, where Brad Pitt smiles beside a new love, where Angelina Jolie walks alone through crowded streets, and where their children continue learning how to grow up between two contrasting worlds. No one knows what comes next, but what this story leaves behind, far beyond the tabloid headlines, is a question. Does anyone truly win in a divorce that lasts nearly a decade? Or, in the end, are we all just trying to piece together the fragments of love that once made us whole? Brad Pitt rebuilt his life. Amid Angelina Jolie's accusations and his children turning away from him, Brad Pitt chose silence, slowed down, and found love again with his new girlfriend. Brad Pitt has been drawing attention lately with his youthful fashion sense, especially when appearing alongside his girlfriend, 33-year-old jewelry designer Ines de Ramon. On June 16th, as the actor premiered his new film in New York City, many fans praised his ageless charisma at 62, crediting his radiant happiness to the new love in his life. Us Weekly recently published an article detailing the changes in Brad Pitt's life since his relationship with Jolie ended. In September 2016, the actress filed for divorce, accusing Pitt of abuse toward her and their adopted son Maddox during a private jet flight. By late 2024, after 8 years of public legal battles, the two finally reached a divorce settlement. The accusations and news of their bitter split severely impacted Pitt's public image. Although the FBI cleared him of any wrongdoing in November 2016, his reputation had already suffered. In 2017, he entered alcohol rehab and attended multiple therapy sessions in an effort to rebuild himself. At the F1 premiere in Mexico City on June 9th, when asked what helped him get to where he is now, Pitt replied, "It doesn't matter what mistake you made. What matters is learning from it and moving forward. That will lead you to your next success." When you get to my age, you realize how important it is to be surrounded by people you know, people you love, and who love you back. Friends. Family, that's all there is. From that foundation, you can achieve anything. It's a pretty simple formula for living. Us Weekly stated that the world still stands with Brad Pitt, despite the chaos surrounding him. According to media expert Mark Borkowski, Pitt's Greek god appearance is part of why audiences have not turned their backs on him. Additionally, Borkowski believes that the public forgives him because Pitt has never acted arrogant. In 2017, Pitt gave his first interview following the divorce, where he openly acknowledged his flaws and failures and expressed his determination to grow and change. On the other hand, Brad Pitt has consistently remained tight-lipped, choosing to respond to his ex-wife's allegations only through his legal team. Media expert Evan Nierman observed that, while many celebrities rush to share their pain on Instagram or through podcasts, Brad Pitt has been wise in choosing silence. Silence gives him control, Nierman said. Rather than making headlines, he allows things to quiet down while he focuses on his work. Nierman added that Brad Pitt is, quote, a master of the art of presence without overexposure. He explained, by keeping his private life off social media and away from the spotlight, he cultivates an air of mystery in an era where everyone overshares. The less he chases attention, the more magnetic he becomes. Pitt understands how the public perceives him. He's been at the top of Hollywood long enough to know the rules of the game.